Hi everyone, it's Melissa from Porch Swing Creations. Today I want to share with you a different kind of a card fold. It's called an envelope card, and as you can see it looks just like an envelope. It has a flap on the front. If you flip it over, there's a spot to add an address to if you wanted to mail it. Depending on how much embellishing you do on the inside of the card, this might not be one that you would want to send in the mail. You might want to tuck it inside a larger envelope, but for hand to hand I think it looks kind of neat. So I've gone with an Alice in Wonderland theme on my card. You don't have to be elaborate with this card. I went a little over the top because I went with a theme, and Alice in Wonderland is a little over the top anyway. So just keep that in mind when I show it to you. This video is just going to highlight how to make the card base. I might do another video kind of demonstrating on all the tidbits on the insides of the card. So once you open the card, you'll see that the images kind of pop forward, so you have this shape in the card. Okay, so you'll see I've gone quite elaborate. On the inside, this is where you would put your sentiment. So I put the Queen of Hearts in there, and the Mad Hatter is kind of on a pop-up shape, so he kind of has some dimension away from the inside of the card. And then I've added a tree and a clock. And I have these cute little tags. I have an Eat Me, a Drink Me back there in the teacups, and then of course Alice and the bunny. And I have some roses. So most of this was cut out with my Silhouette Cameo, but by no means do you need that to do this. There are tons of die cuts out there, lots of stamped images that if you don't mind fussy cutting. So I'll show you how to put the space together, and then your imagination is the only thing that holds you back on finishing it. Okay, let's get started. So first thing you're going to need to do is cut your base. This is your bottom of your card. And so what you're going to do is cut a piece of cardstock 6 inches by 10 1/8 inches, and you're going to score at 2 inches, 2 1/8 inches, and 6 1/8 inches. And then you can just set that one aside for a second. And now we're going to cut a frame to go on top, the part that actually pops away from the card once you open it. So what you're going to do is cut a piece of coordinating cardstock. It doesn't have to be different. It can be the same color as your base. It doesn't matter. And so that one's going to be 6 inches by 8 inches. And you're going to want to score both sides in 3/8 of 1 inch. Okay? And that's on the 6-inch sides that you're going to want to score that in. Then you're going to measure in from those 3/8 inch score lines 1/2 inch. And you're going to measure from the top in 1/2 inch and the bottom in 1/2 inch. And then cut that out to create your frame. And then you're going to want to fold those 2 score lines back and add some tear and tape to both sides of those scores. Okay. Once you have that done, you're going to go back to that main base. Okay. And you can go ahead now and score those if you like. So we're going to just fold those in nice and crisp. This one's a little harder to fold because it's such a small score line. And then this one will get folded in. So now essentially what you're going to do is this first fold is going to get lined up against that second score line there. I don't know if you can see that. And then this one is going to line up against this outer edge. So just remove the backing and try to get as close as you can to that score line, because it will make a difference in how the card folds. So now what happens is when you want to actually close the card, you're going to push this in so that it folds, and then when you fold it, it'll kind of fold in on itself and create those, you can see that, it'll kind of fold by itself. And then that's a really good indication as to when you're adding your embellishments to kind of use this as your center line and try not to put your embellishments too far over that center line, because when it folds, of course, whatever you have in the center is going to fold and kind of be flattened and ruined possibly as you're opening and closing the card. So then when you open it, then you just want to pull these tabs forward. So now if you wanted to decorate the back, all I'd suggest you do is, this measurement is 4 inches by 6 inches. I would go just slightly smaller than 4 inches, just so that when you slip your paper back there, your decorative paper, it fits really nicely and there's no gaps and there's no bunching when you go to fold the card in the center of the card. So that's it. It's pretty simple, pretty basic. You can go as elaborate or as minimal as you like when you're decorating this. So I'll just show you my card one more time. Just show you all the little tidbits. I'll have some better pictures of this up on my blog, but you can just see, you can see how that Mad Hatter is kind of has some dimension away from there. So I think I'll do another video just kind of showing how I finished it all up and how I did these flowers and whatnot. A little bit of fussy cutting. Definitely takes some time, but I think it turned out pretty cool. So if you want to check out the blog post on this card, I will link it below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.